Hello, welcome pen friends. Welcome to another pen profile video. We're still working in ink flight number 20, and today we're doing J. Herbin. I think it's Coral of the Tropics. Anyway, it's a really pretty kind of a peach color, and it's difficult to capture 100% on film, but I've got some good natural light right now, so I'm hopping on here to do this, and it's a beautiful color, just really soothing to look at. It's calming. I love it. I just love it. So let's get right in here and we'll start our water bath test. That'll be first. So and see what happens here. I have no idea what to expect with this one. Okay, so we'll let that happen while we're talking. And this is from yesterday, the last one. J. Herbin Vert de Gris really did stay on the paper as far as being able to read it. So it's dark, but you can read it. So I thought I'd just give you that little update there. So, all right, let's leap right in here. So here on the paper they send with the ink flight, it comes out down here and it says, this light coral pink has good shading and enough saturation to provide ample contrast. And I did find that to be true. It's very, very pretty. Here it is up here. And I'm seeing a pretty good accurate look right now, but the sun is really bright outside. It's nice today. So let's see. We have filled up another quad here. It looked great on the little Tomoe River sample too. Oh boy. I don't usually get excited about these inks that are so light. I'm excited about inks like this that are bright and jump right off the page at you. But this is an exception, and I really like this very, very much. I found that inkjournal still has these bottles, the 30 milliliter bottle for $12. And I'm sure in my mind that long-term 2 milliliters is not going to be enough for me, because I loved how it looked in art, and we'll see that too, or in my art journal. I'm not sure you could call it art, but my first impressions are that it's just a sweet, soothing color. I kind of think of it as a peach color. I'm not sure if that's right, but that's just what I think of. It's just really pretty. It looks great on the watercolor paper too. In fact, it has a whole different profile there, so I thought it was interesting. And I put it's not quite pink. That's just because of what my conception of pink is. But it is pink. It's a light pink. So let's dive right into the Tomoe River journal. This is the cafe note, and I write in here every day to catalog and keep myself on track with my health quest, I'd call it, really. And oh mercy, as you can see, this really went well in here. I don't know how to describe this phenomenon here, where it it seems like it outlines the letters, but maybe you could call that shading. I don't know, but it's so neat, and I wish you could, yeah, I think you can kind of see it. It kind of looks like it's outlined, and it just is really nice to look at. I mean, this is real soothing on the eye. It's great. I'm having a great time here. I guess 48 days on this health quest. So I've been alive almost 55 years, so I can't expect instant results, and it's not, but it's really coming together now. Some of the major elements, and I would just urge anybody who's looking for better health to never give up and to keep on researching. There's a lot of people out there now. We're not just having to know what is told to us by the government or the FDA or whatever. We can actually find out for ourselves lots of information. So this is what has helped me. Whoa, it's the vanishing ink, the regular fountain pen ink. There we go. I think we can say for sure that I'll have to label that immediately. I probably should label with that's probably a good idea. I should label with a Pitt Artist pen as I'm starting, because sometimes later I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure that I label it right away, or it's laying there empty and I don't know what it is. So let's look at what I came up with. It's a little hard with this one. I don't have anything else in my ink collection that comes close to this at all. I have just one that was reminiscent. So what I did was I started with this little paper, and I decided to kind of make little blobs of ink that made me think of it in terms of being, I don't know if you could say subtle or more understated, But as you could tell, I don't even have very many that are like that, where they're light. I do go for the drastically bold turquoise and you know, bright blues, bright purples, stuff like that. But that doesn't mean I don't like these softer, muted colors. They're really pretty. And but the only one that came close in terms of color family or color reminiscent or anything was Roaring Klinger Fernambuk. And I'm not sure how to say that, but so, and that's more reddish rather than pink. But it's it's very interesting how it looks on the watercolor paper too, and I'll show you in a minute. Well, this is watercolor paper as well. But I just thought this was a good way to kind of start, because I literally had nothing to compare it with. You certainly can't put Diamine Hope Pink in the same, you can't, it's not even, it's just not at all the same color family or anything. So anyway, let's look at what I did do in my art journal. And it's beautiful. As far as I'm concerned, this is a beautiful ink. It looks equally pretty in a notebook and in, you know, an art application. So I was really thrilled with how this went. This was much more water. I put the water down with a paintbrush first, and then I think, you know, I did one here and one up here, and then I kind of like, you know, did this number. I tilted my paper and just so that it would just do whatever. And oh, it's, to me, that's pretty. I like looking at that. And then this, I just did water like this with a paintbrush. And then I just made several little blobs just to look at the color, basically. And then over here, I did more like what I would do on one of the larger panels, but I didn't want to start a whole panel for this ink since I had basically nothing to compare it with. And that may change, but right at this point, I didn't have anything to compare it with. So I did put down here the one ink I found that made me think of it, but as you can tell, Roaring Klinger Fernambuk is much brighter and much redder, and yet somehow or another I like seeing them together. So it could be that they would you know, you could outline or sketch with this one, and it wouldn't, I don't know, it doesn't look like it would really clash. It looks kind of nice. So that's just sort of how I like to look at these colors, is to get them on this watercolor paper in some form. But at first I didn't want to do this color as a profile because I thought, what am I going to compare it to? It's just nuts, you know. I wouldn't, it'd be apples, oranges, and grapes, you know, to compare. So anyway, you could tell it's Sunday morning. Oh, I'm kind of nutty. Okay, I'm all out of order, but that's, I'm not surprised. Okay, here's the envelope. It's because I was so excited to show you what it looked like on the watercolor paper. It looked good on the envelope, I thought. Really nice. And this is a cheaper envelope, but just a regular old security envelope. It's probably going to really take a hit when it goes into the water bath at the end of this. And then on the Leuchtuurm, again, it looks really nice. It has a little bit of that subtle shading that is gorgeous, I think, and really pretty. I'm talking myself into a bottle, but I have no more pen allowance this month. Okay, so, or at least until the middle of the month. Clairefontaine, it looked great on there too. No reason for it not to on this paper. What am I doing? Okay, way over to the side. It looked really good. And even on the CBS paper, which tends to display the ink just slightly lighter in some cases. But I still thought it looked really nice on here. You get a darker presentation on Clairefontaine because the ink sits there on the paper. It takes a little longer to dry probably, but there you have it. I still like it. I like how it looks. Oh, I always do that one last. My. Here's the Herodias Pad. Again, very similar and equivalent to the Clairefontaine, and it looks really nice. And then I thought it looked really good on my cheaper Office Depot paper, so I really liked it. It's nice. Nice. With any bleed through whatsoever, of course, that's a nice light color too. That makes a big difference. Okay, so let's look here, and then I've got something to show you before we talk about what's for tomorrow. it's just gone. So I guess we can agree on that. It's gone. I wanted to give a little update on the pokkapens. I did a video before, and I'll see if I can find that one and link it here. But the pokkapens are these little plastic ballpoint pens that are just fantastic for putting in your pocket, your purse, your car, your truck, your Jeep, you know, your go bag, whatever, because they're just, you can't, you know, hurt them, really. I mean, the most that could ever happen to this pen is that you might have to scribble a little to get it writing after a year, you know, or something of leaving it abandoned. But, you know, and it posts to a nice size. Well, anyway, somewhere along the line there, I stopped being real enthusiastic. I thought, oh, I guess I better not get any more because I can't, you know, I don't want to throw them away. You know, I just didn't want to throw them away. Well, then they started making the refills, and that changed my whole philosophy. And I never throw anything away, so I had you know, 2 or 3, they were all run out, and my husband had some too that were run out. So we ordered some refills for them, and it's really easy. You just take a pair of pliers. I'm a little funny about trying this on camera because I may knock my camera over. You know, it takes a little strength, but all you do is really just take your plier and grab it and then pull, and it comes out. So it's real simple, and I don't even believe I harmed that one doing that. It just, you know, this is what I have. I couldn't find anything else. I got some smaller ones, but this is a heavyweight one that I got years ago. My dad used to send me money for Christmas and birthday, and I'd always get something that I thought would be dad approved. You know, it was so funny, but you know, really, I'd like to have something that would last, and this kind of is a sentimental now because I've had it for just literally years, and it's like, it's really for a big person, a big hefty strong person. But anyway, once you, and this one's still writing, so once you get this out, you know, to refill, put it in, you just stick it back in. So but I don't need to refill it right now. So what spurred this on was, one, wanting to make sure that if you don't know that they now sell the refills, it's a really cool thing to know about. The other thing they have is a clip, which one of my friends sent me the clip. I didn't know, and oh shoot, I didn't think of it ahead of time. So it's somewhere being used, you know, in one of my places. But if you are interested in a clip for your Pokka pen, they're now selling those too. And then this is the other thing. This is their new color, and it just came. I ordered one. It's called Muddy Girl, and it's got the pink and the purple and all of that. And I just went, oh, I didn't know they had them. And then it said limited time, and I thought, well, I got to get one while I can, you know. And so let me take it out. It's brand new, and I haven't started really with it yet. So it's black interior, and then it's got that camo that I love. You know, my daily one is in my pocket. My daily carry is the Cryptek one, the camo one, and I just love that one. But I just had to have one of these, and this has sentiment too, because I'll show you. It kind of goes with my other knife. This is my buck knife that I got, because what started this was I went home one summer, and my nephew had a orange buck knife, you know, orange camo, and I said, oh, I didn't know they had that. And he just really was excited. He said, you got to get a pink one. You got to get a pink one. And at that time, I don't know, I thought, well, you know, and then I said, well, I already have a knife, and he said, what he did was demonstrate. It was just dramatic. He might have been about 8 or 9 at the time, and he threw his knife down on the ground. We were walking outside, and he said, look, Aunt Christy, you can see you can find your knife if you have one of these, because it stands out, you know, because I had that green one. I was carrying that one. Dad lent it to me. And then, of course, you know, when he passed away, I ended up with that knife. But it was just really funny, and he convinced me that, yeah, I ought to be able to see my items, you know. It would be really nice. And when I was a kid, I collected knives. I loved pocket knives. I wonder if that's dirty or... Oh yeah, it had ink on it. I wonder why, because this is one of the ones I use at my desk. The green one's hanging up in the kitchen. So I thought, well, that's kind of neat. That kind of goes together. So that's the reason I just wanted to show that, because I'm in one of those sentimental moods about fall and home and family and you know, all the things that kind of remind me too of my dad and stuff. So there we have it. But I thought it was really useful to know about this, the fact that they have the refills. And also, if I need to find my one with the clip, because I just saw it the other day. I had it in something, and I'll show you the clip if you know, when I find it, not if. I do have a lot of stuff around, you know, around me, and I do tend to have multiple different bags that I'm packing for different reasons. So anyway, that's it for today. And tomorrow we will do an ink that I'm quite familiar with, but I have not reviewed it individually. I had it in a purple ink review a long time ago, before I even knew really much of anything, except for how much I like purple. So it's going to be J. Arbonne Amethyst de Laurel. And let me just say that the new Ink Flight box is on its way, so this is kind of not a race, but this is important. I'd like to finish these reviews. So we only have J. Arbonne Amethyst de Laurel and the this one, J. Arbonne Bleu des Profondeurs. So we've only got these two. Now, I would really like to finish them before the box comes. So I'm thinking I got to do that, or I have to wait to open the box. Those are the kinds of rules that I set up for myself, and that way I can succeed. So, and then you can get a look at everything from September before I start bombarding with October's box and all the excitement that always happens when I open those, which I'm going to do. So I've got to get on the stick, so to speak, and do these two. Anyway, I'll bring you along for the ride, and tomorrow we will do this shimmer ink. It's quite beautiful. I treated myself as a non-food treat, or you know, sometime last year. I can't remember exactly what the big deal was, but I'd have to watch the video again, I guess, by getting a beautiful bottle of this. So I have quite a bit to say about this ink. And have a happy rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.